Okay, guys, welcome to Chapter 2, Section 2. This is the first part of Section 2. It's a large section with a lot of data analysis going on. So, what we're going to start with today is this word, the median. You've probably seen the word median before of a data set, and I want to tell you that we're going to elaborate on median in this class. When you think of the median of a data set, should be thinking about the middle number. It's the number in the middle. So I'm going to put a little data set out here for us. Let's say we have the data set 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12. First, notice that I put that data set in order. That data set has to be in order. What I want to start is just talking about, if you remember, what the median is. The median is the middle number. So what that should mean to you is when the numbers are in order, the median is when you cross off a number on each end until you find that middle number. So in this case, the median would be 6. In this little data set, the median would be 6 because it was the middle number. So that, look, is when we had an odd number of terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terms. The median is the middle. 3 on the left, 3 on the right, it's the middle term. If I have an even number of data points, so I'll make another small data point. We're going over what the word median is right now. If I had 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, and 10, and I wanted to find the median, I would cross and cross, 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 and then you see here, I'm between 5 and 6. Well, the median happens between these two. So what does that mean? You have to average the two. It means to do 5, the left number, plus 6, the right number, and divide it by 2. Or what is right between 5 and 6? What is 11 over 2? 5.5. The median would be 5.5. So when you have an even number of terms, you find the number between the middle two. So what is between 5 and 6? 5.5. Now what we're going to do is we are going to elaborate on just the median of a data set. We're going to do this with a data set in a minute, but I do want to show you what that 5-number summary is of a data set. What a 5-number summary is we just went over the median, the middle number. The minimum is the smallest piece of data. You should know the smallest. And the maximum is the largest. So I'm going to do a small data set again. I'm going to do 2, 4. I'm going to do 6. I'm going to do 8. Then we're going to do 10, 12, 15, and 16. This has 8 terms in it. So what I'm going to do is just add a 9th term to make things a little easier for our first go around. Now let's take a look. It's for the 5-number summary, it says to look at what is the smallest, what is the largest. So in this case, our smallest term is 2. See, the data has to be in order to make this easy. What is the largest term? 17. What is the median? Well, I tried to make it easy for us because you can see here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 on the left, 4 on the right. The median is this 10 in the middle because 4 points to each side. So the median is 10. Now, since the median is one of the data points, it is right there in the middle. It is a data point. I don't use it again because I can't tell you, is this data point in the lower half or is it in the upper half? Because quartile 1 says, what is the median of the numbers less than the median? What does that mean? It means look here to the left. It's not 2, it's not 4, it's not 8, it's not 6, it's between. What is the median between the left half, 4 and 6? What's in the middle of those two? 5. And on the right side, it's not the 12, it's not the 17, it's what's between 15 and 16. Well, if you add them up and divide by 2, you're going to get 15.5. What a 5-number summary does, let's take a look as I take out a highlighter here. What a 5-number summary does is it divides the data into quarters. Take a look. To the left of this first screen is 2 numbers. After the first screen is 2 numbers, then the median, then 2 numbers, then quartile 3, then 2 numbers. It broke the data into quarters. That's why they're called quartile 1 and quartile 3. What this 5-number summary does, it shows you, again, we talked last section about the overall shape and spread of a distribution and center. The 5-number summary is a great way to tell you what the shape looks like, what the center looks like, and what the spread looks like of a distribution. Let's take a look. One piece of the 5-number summary that is often useful for spread is called the IQR. So quartile 3 is like the 75% of the data mark. So it's like 75% of the data happened, and this would be 25% of the data. The IQR is to take what is your Q3 value and to subtract Q1 from it. Q1. We call this IQR one of the measures of spread. So the center is the median, and the measure of spread that goes with the median is the IQR. Remember, when we talk about data, we are looking for the shape, the center, the spread, and outliers. We're going to get to outliers today too. But those are the 4 things that describe a distribution. Let's see it in action. Here we go. Test scores from a small statistics class. Find the 5-number summary. Well, I'm going to find this 5-number summary, and we're going to use this 5-number summary quite a bit. So this data, is it in order? No, it is not in order. We need to put it in order. What is the lowest score? 65. 65 is our lowest. So I'll say I used it. After 65, then we have no more 60s, so 72. After 72, only other 70 is a 77. Done. Then I am up to the 80s. I have an 83. After 83, I have 84. Then I have 85. Then 85 again. Yes, it's okay for data to repeat. Then I have an 86, 90, 92, 95. Now, so first step, put the data in order. Make sure you use all the points. Second step, you can easily find the minimum and maximum. The minimum here is 65. The maximum here is 95. Then the median, let's find the middle. How many data points are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So my middle data point, since they're an odd number, is going to be 5 on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the left, 5 on the right. So this 85 is the median, 85. We do not use the median again. When there are an odd number of data points, we never use the median again to find Q1 and Q3. We always use the min and max. The only exception is we don't use the median when it is an exact point. You're saying, what does that mean, exact point? I know you are. So if I just had the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, very small data set, the median of this would be 2.5. But I would not skip using the 2 or skip using the 3. Q1 would still use this 2. Q3 would still use this 3. So my Q1 would be 1.5 and my Q3 would be 3.5. The only time you don't use the median is when it's its own number, like this, in an odd data set. Side note. So now to find my Q1, it's the middle of the left. Right in the middle of the left, Q1 is 77. Look, 2 points, middle, 2 points. On the right, it is 90. 2 points, middle, 2 points. So here is my 5-number summary. I'm going to write this down on a side because we are going to use it again on a future slide, and I want to save you time. Okay, because when you have the 5-number summary, we have a way of drawing it. So we're going to get to that in a second. Here is data that's already in order, but it's in a table. So finding the 5-number summary could get a little dicey, but it shouldn't. So your smallest number is in order. So here is your minimum. Here is our maximum. Now, I want to find the middle. How do I find the middle here? Well, it's going down in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off of the top. 1, 1, 1, 1. Ba-boom, right there in the middle. 0.611 is the median. The measure of center when using the median here is 611. Now, the Q1 is halfway. I don't use this number again. So the middle going up. Get rid of 1, 2, 3. Get rid of 1, 2, 3. Q1 is 0.601. And then getting bigger. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Q3 is 0.662. And that's how you do the 5-number summary. Okay, again, if there's an odd number of data points, don't reuse the middle. If there is an even, you will reuse the middle. Next, box plot. You may have heard of this as a box and whisker plot. Box and whisker plot. Box and whisker. Same name. Let's see how it works. It's a graph of the 5-number summary. It says to start with a line. On that line, the center of the box is drawn from the first quartile to the third quartile. So let's just say you will have on your line your minimum, you'll have your maximum, you'll have your median, you'll have your Q3, and maybe you'll have a Q1. I want you to notice these are not even, right? If the median is closer to the maximum, it better look closer to the maximum. So what this says is a center box is drawn from Q1 to Q3. Done. A line represents the median. So a line through the box represents the median. Done. Lines extend to the largest and smallest observations that are not outliers. We'll talk about outliers later, but for now we're just saying minimum and maximum. Outliers are points. So if there was an outlier, it probably would be the minimum. It would look like a point. That would be an outlier if we had one. And then this would just be the second lowest point. So a non-outlier if we have them. And the minimum here would be an outlier if we had one. But look at this picture. This box and whisker plot shows us a lot, right? I want to show you how this shows shape. It shows shape because see how the median is here, and then there's just how much data is to the left of the median versus how much data is to the right of the median, only this little bit. This is why this graph shows you shape. If there is a long left tail, then this data is skewed to the left from our last lesson, skewed to the left. Because there is a long left tail. How do I know that? Because look where the median is, and then look how much longer the data goes all the way to this last outlier. So that is why the box and whisker plot can show you shape by looking at the plot, center is the median, and spread is the IQR. Q3 minus Q1. It's all on this easy to draw, easy to find picture. Let's do it with the data set we just found. I'm not going to waste your time and redo it. I'm just going to remind us that our minimum was 65 and our maximum was 95. Why do I need those first? Because when I scale this line, the minimum will be our 65. The maximum will be 95. Now, I don't know if either of these are outliers yet, because I didn't teach you the outlier test. That's the next slide. But for now, we'll just assume they aren't. We can come back and make changes if we need. Now we'll put the median in. The median of our data set was 85. Well, if you had to think 65 to 95, where is 85? It's 2/3 of the way. So 85 is my median. And what you just saw is that will be a vertical line. 90 was my Q3. 90 was Q3. Q3, 90, median 85. 90, that's where the box will start. And then my Q1 was 77. So where's that? That's about 75, 77. So how does a box and whisker plot work? You draw a box from Q1 to Q3. You draw whiskers to the minimum and maximum unless they are outliers. And there it is. Now this shows you shape, center, and spread. I'm going to remind you. What is the center? The center is the median. That is a measure of center. What is spread? Spread will be Q3 minus Q1. That's 90 minus 77. That is called the IQR. And in this case, that is 13. Spread is the IQR. Q3 minus Q1. It is IQR, it's 13. And now we can look at shape. What do you see on this shape? If this is the center, do you see a long tail to the left, a long tail to the right, or everything roughly symmetrical, give or take? I see a longer tail towards the left. So I would say this is left skewed or skewed to the left. So that gives us shape, center, spread. The last thing when we describe an data set using our 5-number summary is to do the outlier test. So we just did data set. I'm going to use the data. We've just been looking with stat scores. We just said that Q1, I'm going to show you we don't need all that much here. Q1 was equal to 77 and Q3 was equal to 90. To find if a point is an outlier, right? We had center, shape, spread, outliers. And okay. IQR for this was 90 minus 77. That's our measure of spread. It was 13. Okay? The next thing it says to do, and it's always the same, 13 times 1.5. Multiply by 19, by 1.5, I get 19.5. Then it says to add this number to Q3. 90 plus 19.5 equals 109.5. Here's how you tell if something is an outlier. Did we have a test score greater than, higher than 109.5? If an observation exceeds this value, it's outlier. So no, high outliers. The next thing it says is to subtract this number. This is the number I'm talking about, 19.5, 19.5. So what from Q1? Q1 was 77 minus 19.5. So it would be 67, 57.5, 57.5. Any data point smaller than this is an outlier, so less than this. So no low outliers, because the lowest one was a 65. This is called the outlier test. Anything higher than this or lower than this would be considered an outlier. Our stat scores on the previous slide that we just did right here had no outliers. We're going to go and do some classwork now. That's it for today's video.